Today's video, I'm going to teach you how to build an n8n workflow using a trigger, a code node, a set node, and an optional action to finish it off. We'll start by getting the workflow to actually run. That happens with a trigger node, such as a webhook or a manual trigger. Think of this as the doorbell for your automation. It rings when something happens, like a form is submitted or a button is clicked. If you're just experimenting, the manual trigger is perfect because it lets you run the workflow on demand and feed in sample data. If you're receiving real-world data, set up a webhook and define the fields you expect. Without this trigger, the code node won't have anything to process, so be sure your trigger is in place and returning at least one example item. Next comes the code node, where you can write custom JavaScript to process or transform the incoming data. This is your Swiss Army knife for manipulating fields, computing values, cleaning text, or formatting dates. It really shines when built-in nodes don't quite match what you need. In this tutorial flow, we'll use it to parse the incoming payload, map fields into consistent names, and prepare a clean structure for later steps. As you write your code, handle missing or unexpected fields gracefully, and keep your output object simple and predictable. Clear naming here will make the rest of the workflow easier to maintain. After processing, add a set node to organize the results. This is where you finalize which fields to keep, rename keys for clarity, and combine values if needed. The set node helps produce clean, readable outputs that downstream nodes can rely on. A helpful tip is to enable the option to keep only the fields you specify, so stray or temporary values don't sneak into later steps. With your data prepared, you can choose an action to do something useful. You might send an HTTP request to an external API, deliver an email notification, or return a response to the original webhook caller. Map your cleaned fields carefully, set any required headers or credentials for HTTP calls, and double-check that the data types match what the destination expects. Finally, test and debug. Run the workflow and inspect the output of each node in the execution view. Confirm the trigger produces the right payload, verify the code node returns exactly what you expect, and ensure the set node's fields are correctly named. If something looks off, adjust your code, rerun with sample data, and watch how the items flow through each step until everything is solid.